Hi, my name is Nicholas. Welcome to today's Yin practice. A few props that will be handy. If you have a couple hard blocks, then have those nearby. If not, two similarly shaped books might work instead. A soft block or blanket, anything that you like to use for padding or for a little extra support. And to set up, I'm going to bring my soft block near the top of the mat, and then I'm going to bring my hard blocks each also near the top of the mat. And we're going to start face down today. So any way you like to get there, you can lower down. The hard blocks we'll use underneath the shoulders, so find something that feels comfortable here, any angle that you like. You also don't have to use them. Maybe it feels more comfortable to take the arms around. I like to use blocks under the shoulders so that I can reach the arms back towards the hips and still allowing space for the chest here. And then my forehead, I'm going to rest onto the soft block. Take your time to get comfortable. If there's anything you need to change up, go for it. And if you do happen to have a bolster or an extra pillow around, you can also place it underneath the feet. Adding a little bit of bend to the knees might make the shape more comfortable for the low back. Take a moment to settle in, maybe give the hips a gentle rock, maybe a gentle rock with the forehead. Finding your stillness here, letting the body feel a little heavier. Taking a scan of the body and noticing your headspace, noticing your breath. When you feel ready to move, bring the hands back towards the top of the mat. And then from here, we'll move the props out of the way. Extend your arms forward in space, and maybe forehead to the floor here. Legs are extended behind you. And then start to walk the hands towards the top right corner of the mat. Walk the feet towards the bottom right corner of the mat until you're in a half moon stretch. So finding a stretch to that left side of the body, you can always turn the head here if that's more comfortable. You can always bend the elbows if that's more comfortable. You might choose to cross one ankle over the other. Use an inhale breath to walk everything back to center. Then we'll take the hands to the top left, feet to the bottom left. The side may feel different, so feel free to modify as needed. Breathing into that stretch for the right side of the body. As you're ready, walking everything back to center. And from here, we'll cactus the arms. bring the left fingertips down to the floor, and then start to press through that left hand, turning the chest open towards the left. And now you might stack the left leg on top of the right. If it feels more comfortable to step the left foot down, either in front of or behind the right leg, then go for it. Now checking to see where you're finding the stretch. We're looking to target that right side of the chest, but if you are feeling pinching in the shoulder, an alternative shape would be to find a similar stretch but with that right arm extended towards the right instead of cactus. So you might take that option if that feels better for the chest stretch or better in the shoulder. Make sure the head isn't uncomfortable as well. So if it's floating, maybe you're using a block underneath it. If everything feels secure through head, neck, and shoulders, you could also think about releasing the left hand maybe towards the low back. But if you take away and it compromises the shape, then you can bring it back down to the floor. Gently coming back to center as you're ready. We'll set straight up for the second side. So cactusing the arms once again. And this time, right fingertips press down. Start to turn the body towards the right. Maybe the legs will stack here. Maybe the head rests to the floor. And then see, this side may need different support. It may need a different expression with the legs. And you can stack once again. Maybe right foot behind or in front of the left. Gently making your way back to center as you feel ready. Once you arrive, maybe stack palms under the forehead. Give the hips a gentle rock side to side. Maybe a wiggle for the shoulders. When you're ready, we'll sit up for Sphinx pose. So you can bring the elbows roughly underneath the shoulders. Forearms can be parallel here if you prefer to have the hands together. If that's more comfortable, go for it. And then find the back bend that feels appropriate. So if you'd like to start by having the elbows a little further forward, you might choose that. If you're liking the intensity, then keep the elbows where they are. You could also use a prop, maybe a bolster, a pillow underneath the chest if that adds more support for you. And chin can tuck down. You can keep the neck neutral or lift the gaze if you want a little more stretch for the underside of the throat. I'll let the low body be soft here, so if the heels want to flop out a little bit, let them do their thing. Notice what you're feeling here, especially for the low back. Find your pain-free expression of the shape. for about 1 more minute. So see what you'd need for this last minute. Do you want something a little more gentle? Do you want something with a little more intensity? If you're looking for a little more intensity, one option will be to bring the hands to the floor and lift the elbows up off the floor. And that can be quite a bit more intense, so something in between might be to walk the hands forward slightly. Whatever you're choosing, keep the breath going. Soften whatever you don't need here. And as you are ready to come out, gently lower the chest back down to the floor. And pause here for a moment, maybe the heels a little rock side to side. And from here, we'll set up crocodile pose. So extend your arms forward in space, toes can be untucked. And then with the palms together or mostly together, think about bending the elbows and bringing the thumbs either towards the top of the head or the back of the neck. You might also change this up a little bit, maybe walking the elbows even further forward here. It might add a little more stretch to the outer shoulder. Make sure whatever you've chosen feels sustainable for you. If the arms go a little numb at some point or you're feeling pins and needles, then I suggest backing out of the shape. One more option, if you are looking for a little more intensity, would be to bring a prop underneath the elbows. So if you have your hard block nearby, you could walk the elbows onto the prop and then set yourself up like that. Maybe you need a little more time here and you can stay. Otherwise, gently re-extending the arms, releasing. Now bring the hands roughly under the shoulders and press the body up to a tabletop position. And from your tabletop, with an inhale breath, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right, and then settle the left shoulder, the left side of the head towards the floor. And again, you can prop up here, so if you need something, maybe a block under the head, go for it. Check in with the hips as well. See if they're swaying off to the right hand side. Maybe you can hug them a little bit towards midline. Now from here, maybe right hand on top of the left to add a little grounding. If you prefer to take the right hand towards the low back or float it, then go for that instead. If the right hand is somewhere other than the floor, bring it down first. And then brace with an inhale, unravel, reach the left arm back up towards the ceiling, counter stretch. And then light left hand finds the floor. And setting second side, inhale, reach the right arm high, and then thread the right arm through. And find whatever works best for this side. So maybe a prop somewhere. Make sure your head, neck, and shoulders, low back all feel secure. And maybe left hand finds the right palm, maybe left hand to the low back or something else. Left hand to the floor as you're ready. And take your inhale, unravel, reach the right arm high. And then right hand to the floor. Take a couple of breaths to release whatever you need. So a couple of rounds of cat-cow might feel nice here. You could also take some gentle twists side to side. And whenever you feel ready and however you'd like to get there, we'll meet down on the back. So maybe lowering, flipping, and take your time to arrive. And setting up a rest pose. And for today, I suggest butterfly legs. So if you want to bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide apart, and maybe the hands somewhere on the body or beside the body. You can use your props here as well, something to support the knees if they need a little more support, or if the inner thighs want to relax a little bit more. Move the head, a gentle rock side to side. And if anything feels a little fidgety, maybe give yourself some movement to help you settle in. And as you're ready, letting the body get heavy here. Rounding down for your rest. Gently bring your attention back to the space and deepen the breath to reawaken the body. And reaching down with the hands, gently helping the knees back together. And see what feels good from here. Maybe feet wide and knees can rest together. Maybe hands on the body somewhere. You could also do a gentle windshield wiper side to side. And then as you're ready, rolling off to one side, taking a pause here for a couple of breaths. With the support of the hands, coming up to find any comfortable seated position. Maybe a prop for the hips if that helps the low back feel more comfortable. And ground down whatever's touching the floor. Grow the spine tall and soften the shoulders. And find some length for that back line of the neck. You might imagine tucking the chin in towards the throat a little bit. The hands can stay where they are, connect at the heart space. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.